Okay, I want to tell you the story about how I discovered this infinite banking concept, right? Maybe you're just like me and you think life insurance is so stupid. Why would you put money into life insurance? It's the stupidest thing that you can do. Well, when I was 23 years old, I was playing professional baseball. I was in some city you've never heard of where nobody knows your name. I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Again, maybe just like you, and you discover this passive income idea. Before I was focused on trading my time for money and working as hard as I can to make a dollar. Robert Kiyosaki talks about, buying assets and letting them pay you passive income through rent or dividends or anything like that. Well, I was actually playing in a golf event. After I got done, I retired from baseball. I wasn't good enough. They released me. And I met a guy named Mike Schwally in Birmingham. And Mike basically introduced himself and told me about this infinite banking concept or this whole life insurance idea. And I basically told this dude to kick rocks because I was 27 years old. I owned like 11 houses. I thought I was big and bad. And what he said to me was like, look, Nolan, I'm actually not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to maybe help enhance what you're already doing with your real estate investment. And I said, you know what, Mike, give me that book that you're talking about, Becoming Your Own Banker, this book right here. Give me that Becoming Your Own Banker book. And let me read that just to prove you wrong and to prove that I don't need this stupid ass idea. And so he gave me the book and I read it. And then I reread it. And then I even introduced it to my wife. I was like, Rach, you got to check this thing out. This is like a really interesting read, something that I have never thought about or considered before. And she's like, Nolan, dude, he's an insurance guy. He's just trying to sell you something, right? And I was like, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't think so. And so after a bunch of, going back and forth and asking all these questions, it actually took me about a year before I signed up my first whole life insurance policy that's, structured for cash value, which we'll get into. I basically was like so consumed with focusing on my real estate returns, but I didn't focus on where I was hoarding my dry powder. Where was I keeping my liquidity? And what Mike was trying to focus on and show me was that realistically, the majority of your returns and where your capital really grows over time is where you keep it before you deploy it into the investment. Because every time that we use our cash, we're actually interrupting the compound interest in its growth and its ability to grow into the long term versus just focusing on, what a rate of return will do on a piece of real estate. And so what Mike proved to me and showed me through this strategy is that whole life insurance, when it's structured properly for cash value, it has guaranteed interest rate that you earn every single year, no matter what the market does. Every dollar of growth is tax-free. There's never a dollar that Uncle Sam can get his hands on. And then because we're in real estate, you understand this. Every dollar that you have in here is completely private and it's litigation protected. So when I was looking through this strategy and this idea as where I was just keeping my cash, I just discovered that there's just no better warehouse for capital than through these whole life insurance contracts. And so to be totally transparent, I was in medical sales before I started doing, fully commercial real estate and now this life insurance idea. But to go back to the very first week when we were talking about, assembling our team, having the best brokers, the best accountants, the best attorneys, having the best people around you to help you succeed, that's kind of what I wanted to do with my life insurance business. I have my license in 49 states. I don't have my license in Alaska because I don't have a client there. But what I wanted to prove to because there's so much noise out there. There's all these different products. There's a bunch of different ways that you can build them out and structure them, that I wanted to be the guy that structures them the same way that I have all 5 of my policies and structure them the same way for you so you can enhance your returns through commercial real estate. And so that's kind of what we do now. And that's what, you'll see in the next video where Mike and I go back and forth and talking about how to structure life insurance for the cash value so you can enhance your returns inside of your real estate deals. And so that's what this kind of week is going to be about. It's not so much about the real estate aspect of things, but it's going to show you the math and the actual undertone and the actual intrinsic value of using whole life insurance structured for cash value so you can mathematically enhance your returns. And not to mention, too, there's a whole other legacy play that comes along with this as well that could one day be potentially important to you and your family. So follow along this video. The next one, too, is going to be really great. And then we will see you on the next one.